All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Come on, fellas.
Set up, 90 Wolf. Straight, 2.
57's the match.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now a give right side. Cameron. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Well executed there on second down. So do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Hey, high 7.
57's run. All day, all day. Hey, check. Let's go.
Off play action. Friedman. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the backer.
It's a second down run with Sanders. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
All day, every day, any day.
Ready.
3rd and 2 now, Stidham. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Break.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Set. 15, run. 59. Bam. Check 5.
On third down, good camera, and he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down, Seahawks.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Roll out.
Watch safety quick. Safety quick. He's coming. He's coming.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Looking to throw on second down. Friedman going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, nearly picked. They may be lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. On first down, Friedman going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Big grip.
Now Stidham on second down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Greystone travel.
Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On second down, here's Stidham. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Makes it third down and 12 yards to go.
Ready, set.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, Stidham. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lane. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, Sanders, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
30 base.
Defense wins championships, baby. Hey.
Cut. 5.
Right back to Sanders on first down, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Coming out to you. Deuce.
Come.
54.
Second down, Stidham to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions pull.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Watch the twist. Hey, Haywood.
57's Mike.
Looking to throw. Friedman. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
57's to Mike. 57's to Mike.
Watch the run.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Throwing on third and long. Friedman. And Paul has it. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They'll try the left side. Cameron, he's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
57 the mic. Yeah, let's get set. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Throwing on first down. Friedman. Paul bringing it in. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there? Swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
I'm coming after you. Alpha. Nice 57.
To throw on 2nd down. Friedman over the middle, complete. That's Paul. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
Ready? 57, Mike 57. All day, baby. Hey, wahoo!
Operating from the gun. Friedman. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. 57's the mic. Way to go. 57's the mic. Know your job. Mike's 57.
On first down, Stidham. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
44, Mike, 44.
From the gun, it's Stidham. There goes a deep ball, end zone. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Always able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Now the Seahawks going to use... The first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Let's go.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Stop your whining.
On first and 10, it's Stidham. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, Echo.
Watch 57.
Sit up. Let's go.
Second and 10 now, Stidham. And that's complete to Sanders. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a first and 10 at the 17.
57. Mike, 57.
Big grip.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
At the Seahawks 12-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Topper.
Let's bring it. Share.
And get it.
Now it's Stidham. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long.
Ready?
Stidham, third down from the gun. Able to find Willis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Out of the gun, Stidham. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but it'll be second and goal.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. but at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Zipper! Mike's 59! Mike's 59! Hey, Delta!
From the gun, Friedman. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Paul. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Cameron. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to score, Seahawks 21, Eagles 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gators.
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Stidham. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This will be fielded at the 17.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stay home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Let's get it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Hey, high 7. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Watch the slant. 57. 5.
Operating from the gun, Friedman. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. But the 9 picks
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Stidham. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now Stidham. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
46-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Mike 57, Mike 57. No chance.
57.
On 1st and 10, Friedman. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
General West.
57. Watch the run. 57.
57.
On 1st down, Sanders nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Come.
Defense, our time. It's our time.
Stidham from the shotgun. And that's going to be incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Coming to you.
Here's Stidham to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Friedman. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Well, the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Yo. Switch. Take 4.
Hey, Haywood. Be Griffin.
Off play action. Friedman. Throw left side complete. That's Paul. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, Friedman. Over the middle, complete. It's Paul. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Stidham again here on 2nd and 10. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number 1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Stidham. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Ready? 50, play.
I'm going to run you over.
Fair.
Kill.
They'll run on 1st down. Cameron. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. You're out.
Check. Crunch.
Snap.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cameron. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
80 weapons. 52.
Watch this.
Hard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. He had it online, gave it a pretty good ride too, but in the end, he's a victim of the crossbar.
And Brandon, you know kickers very well. I bet if we ask him after the game, he'll say he didn't get all of it. We've seen him hit from deeper than this in warm-ups. But here, he's a foot or so from clearing that bar.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw caught there by Willis. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 46-yard line.
Check, Mike, 57.
To throw is Stidham. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's good for Eagles. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Go.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
They'll throw on 1st down with Stidham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now it's Stidham. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lane. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw here. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for two. Stidham going back to the air toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
Check back, check back.
Rock it, hit it.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Down. 60 outlaw.
Big stop, let's go.
Five.
Now a give, right side. Cameron. And some room to run now. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. 47 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
16.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Ready? 70, Indy.
57 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Shoot.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things